Radio. Escucha la mejor música solo por la radio más cargada de la red, CafeClub Radio. CafeClub Radio.
Inicio de espacio publicitario.
Remember, you can pre-order the EV Soriano motorcycle today. It will change your life completely. Go to Soriano and see our models to choose from and their relevant information. You can choose colors, rims, tires, and add features to your liking. Go to Soriano.eu. Engineering since 1920, and today you can ride the future together with Soriano Motorini.
En Soriano Group nos preocupamos de tus finanzas con la capacidad que nos da la experiencia en cuentas de inversión, activos, bonos y fondos mutuos, seguros y anualidades, planes de jubilación, planes de educación, préstamos aquí en los Estados Unidos, cuentas en línea y móvil, seguridad en línea. Visítanos en sorianogroup.com o escríbenos a nuestro mail corporate@sorianogroup.com. Recuerda, Soriano Group, eficaz, sencillo y seguro con tus inversiones.
Urban Commons. We are a hotel group well-renowned in the United States. We operate hotels as it needs to be done. We are currently part of the luxury collection for Marriott, also part of the Bonvoy Marriott in the United States. We own the historical, well-renowned ship, Queen Mary, out of California. Come join us at this hotel. It is an adventure.
Thks. Hoy en día, el único modo de viajar y ganar. Tecnología innovadora para los viajeros del mundo entero. Descarga el app el 15 de junio. Reserva y gana puntos de criptomoneda. Tu moneda digital global. 150 países, más de 10 millones de hoteles disponibles. Puedes reservar no solo el hotel, sino restaurantes, eventos deportivos, tours, espectáculos, coches, yates, clubes nocturnos y otro tipo de actividades. Thks.
Fin de espacio publicitario.
Llegó nuestro momento, siempre en sintonía donde sea que me encuentro. Con CafeClub lo más cool estás oyendo. No me escuchas porque somos como tú, somos CafeClub. Latinoamérica directo, solo aroma de café. Estamos junto a ti donde sea que tú estés. Sabemos quién eres tú porque todos somos CafeClub.
Hello. Welcome to Café with Soriano. How are you, Christina? How are you, Paola? How are you, my querido, my
very good.
She's very happy. We finally got a chance to get drunk together in Miami. So.
Yeah. He made me have a little whiskey and cava. So after that, I was very happy to finally.
She did it on her own. I didn't have to do anything. She did it on her own.
So Christina, how are you? Paola, how are you today?
Very good, very good. Here is sunny. It's a sunny day, so I'm happy with the sun.
Where's here for you?
Paola's in Switzerland.
Yes.
And you're in Los Angeles, so we're like splitting you two in the middle.
Yeah, everywhere in the world.
Yeah.
That's what I love with the Coffee with Soriano, because everybody's connected through different places in the world, different hours, so different. We're different like feelings now at this time.
Well,
we share love, we share funny stories, and a good and hard work. Everybody.
Hard work, not good.
So,
all right.
I don't know. Tell me. Let's begin with Christine. Christina, talk me about you, about your background.
Yeah, I'd love to. Well, I'm Christina Weber. I am the founder of Deepen, found at wedeepen.com. And we're a network of interactive online experiences that allow people to go deeper within themselves and to connect with others, and ultimately to create more meaningful, loving relationships. Which is something that we need right now. We need to go deeper and connect with each other. Pre-coronavirus, we were live experiences, and we've made the transition into the online space, which has been really fulfilling. It was hard at first, but now we're able to reach so many more people rather than having them, be to an experience at 7 p.m. at Beverly Hills. We can only reach limited people, and now anyone can join us from around the world. So it's
like the top matchmaker, spiritually and emotionally and psychologically and all that stuff.
Thank you. And beyond. I like to put people in one space, and they can do the matchmaking themselves based upon shared interests and values and alignment and getting to know yourself, because when you know yourself, you can share yourself more easily with another. And right now, it's a really exciting time for Deepen because, what we're seeing, around us in the world is that it's a relationship issue. Like everything that we're seeing is starts with, yourself and what's happening in your own world. And even, with here in America with, George Floyd and racism that unbroke, that's a relationship issue. Like we need to start our relationships over and do them from a place of an intentional spot too. And also learning at, many studies have shown over the past, few years is that the quality of your life is determined by the quality of your relationships. So we take everything and we create everything from that. Okay, so in order to have a high quality life, I need to have high quality relationships. So let's build the world.
You're absolutely right. Personally, business and all that. We're going to go around the clock like this with you guys so that we get to hear your perspectives from where you're standing, and hopefully it'll teach some of the viewers relationships, how important they are, right? Paola, I know you're very entrepreneurial yourself and you've been busy with several things. Why don't you tell us more about yourself and that as well?
Yes. Okay, but I'm going to speak in Spanish, okay? Because it's it's global, no?
With the subtitles, yeah.
So like this, yes.
But you gotta hit the sub button just to Christina a little bit. Hit the sub. All the viewers just hit sub.
No, the view. Okay. So yes, I'm doing a lot of different things because now I have a school for children with difficulties at school. So it's my school Arcoiris, Rainbow, is the name of the school. And then I have another concept. It's a wellness online concept. It's Paola Elena Netwell, and I'm working very hard on this project right now because the school now is going on, and that's fine. But now we have to. I'm making a team, a big working team for this new concept, wellness concept. So I'm working, but I love it because it's my passion.
All right, can you say all that in Spanish now in 3 words?
Sí.
A ver, para la audiencia que hablan español.
Claro, exacto. Que me está viendo toda mi familia desde España, todo el mundo.
Manda saludos.
Exacto, tengo que traducir. Entonces, bueno, que nada, que trabajo en 2 conceptos distintos ahora mismo. Uno que es la enseñanza especial. Tengo mi escuela que se llama Arcoiris y ahí pues estoy aún desarrollando mucho concepto, sobre todo de desarrollo más personal, donde trabajamos mucho las emociones con esos niños con dificultades.
Emotions.
Sí, yeah, emotions. Really important, yeah.
Both of you guys and emotions are very, very much in the same. There's a lot of synergies here between the two of you, by the way.
Yeah, exactly.
Relationships with the little ones, relationship with the big ones.
That's true. Y después, en paralelo, estoy también desarrollando el concepto de Paola Elena Netwell, que es un concepto de wellness online, bienestar, que se rige sobre 3 pilares, que es el del bienestar, digamos, físico, interno, y después también, digamos, la parte más lifestyle de saber vivir.
Mira tú. Cristina, ¿cómo hablas español? Yo creo un poquito, ¿no? Un poquito.
No Spanish.
Vives en Los Ángeles. You have to.
You know, American education.
One day.
This is a good mix, no? This is a good mix between Christina and Paola, because they are dealing with relationships, with emotion, with in emotional intelligence. They are together, and this is special for me to talk about today, Marco, because we are dealing with this situation and you know, since 3 months ago. Always, but we didn't realize that we need time like this to think about us, to deep inside us as a human being, and this is great. And I know this is an economic situation dealing, everybody is like fighting, but we need this time to think about us, and this is important.
You guys are gonna make me cry, all 3 of you. My goodness. This thing. Okay.
No.
Now, give me, Christina, let's start with your perspective. I know you're in Los Angeles and New York, 2 different worlds. Not to mention Lausanne in Switzerland and Miami. Let's start with you, Christina, about how Los Angeles is reacting to all this emotional depth that you're dealing with. I can see people really reacting to it really well. So, but I need to hear from you. Tell me how. What are you doing?
It's very paradoxical. It's very day to day. It's you know, I hear a lot of aircraft over my head constantly, which is new, something I never had heard before.
They're watching you. They're watching you.
There's, you know, why there's a lot of beauty out in the world, there's also a lot of angst. A lot of mask versus no mask, as opposed to mask and mask. It's like this conflicting thing that we that the world is in. It's like, you know, then we know racism. It's a lot of control. There's a lot of control issues happening, I believe. One thing that I'm concerned about, you know, I'll go into the concern first, so then we can go into the fun, but
sure.
I'm concerned about, you know, we talk about free speech, but there seems to be among circles of like free thought, that we're stopping the flow of free thoughts. And I'd like to see more dialogue. Where Deepen is concentrating to create spaces where we can have dialogue. We've moved. We have it shortly after when the protests and riots were still happening. The aircraft was really loud at that point. We launched a program on Deepen, Real Talk, where we were bringing both. You know, I'll say it's interesting to even speak this way, but blacks and whites together to discuss and have dialogue. And it was really challenging for us to get people to really show up to do it together. So there's been this very divide mentality, or I don't say mentality, just of an outcome of things, of people not knowing who they talk to, how they can like really think things through and process and ask questions. And at the same time, I yesterday was at Venice Beach, and there was a beautiful healing experience. Where they brought in bell hooks and our readings of bell hooks, and which is where, you know, we band together and we operate from a place of love. So it's beautiful also just seeing groups come together to say, hey, we understand that there's something bigger happening right now than we can see, feel, and touch. And so in order for us to move through it, we have to, we have to align, we have to come together. We can't take this as like what some may consider or think that there's a manipulation tactic happening.
Quick question, you're dealing with adults, though, right? You're not dealing with children. So I wanna hear from Paola, because Paola, you work with children, and children
teenagers.
do not have, and they don't have these divisions, these types of dialogues. Children don't see that, right? Children just are children. Paola, can you tell me how you're dealing with that specifically among the children? Because I know they talk, or maybe they don't, because they don't care. They just have
about emotions. How I deal with emotions. Yeah, so that's really difficult, because the first thing to do with the children's is just to put a name on emotion and take to know how you feel. It's the first thing, to put words of what you feel. And it's the first step. We can draw also. We draw a lot, the emotion. We work with music, with draws, with colors. So it's something, it's not exactly like the adults, of course, because we have a lexic to speak about emotions. But children can do that, but they feel something very strong inside that they can't express. So it's that I work with them, because they have to learn to express that they have inside.
It may be helpful, Christina, to bring all those adults back to being children again, so that they learn the basics of communication. Because when we're a kid, right, we don't really care. I mean, all my friends, when I look at them, they're like a rainbow. Everybody's a different color, and I never care for that. I don't necessarily think our system is racist. I think people are racist because they're ignorant, but not the system. And that's the confusion that we're seeing today in our world, not just in the US. I think the world is going through this, because Europe is going through very similar situations in different Mediterranean countries, and I have seen it firsthand and hear from the news as well. So these are things that,
Yeah, we could say it's not the system, but the system's built by people. So and people teach racism, so it's passed to our children. So it is embedded in the system because it's created by people, and people are racists. Not all of them. I do think that we're moving beyond it, and I think some of it is an illusion, and it's actually not really existent, and that comes from a place of not really getting curious about what you're feeling and sharing that and speaking and have these thoughtful dialogues. Coronavirus, we were so busy. Like, we were just like overstimulated with so many different things. So to stop and have a thoughtful conversation or thoughtful dialogue with racism, it was just like I don't have time for that.
Yeah, right. Tatiana, you come from Colombia. In Colombia, and I know you lived in Spain as well. You're married to a Spaniard. How do you figure this?
Well, I think when I was stuck here in my home with 3 kids, with a teenager one, a little one.
Which I love these children, by the way. I met them finally all.
Yes, and Amelie, my daughter, she's in the 12, so she's begin a teenager. And when we were stuck and study here online with the teachers were very worried about grades, and they put so many work for homework every single day. And one day I had to to say to the teachers, I sent an email and I say, I don't care about grades. I need to my children be strong in this situation. They need to be, I'm dealing with emotions only. I don't need math, I don't need science, I don't need nothing at these times. Of course you have to read, you have to do homework, but no, I need that my children be strong and know what's happening right now. So why don't you have an assignment in emotional intelligence, how to deal with the feelings? What are you feeling?
It's very important that culturally speaking, and I say this, in Mediterranean countries, we're very emotional. Like, you feel something, you say it. Anglo-Saxon countries tend to be more reserved, more conservative to those emotions.
Here in
Switching
Switzerland,
gears. In Italia, come i bambini stanno facendo questo, per esempio?
Allora, in Italia è vero che diciamo che una cultura finalmente parliamo abbastanza dell'emozione, non è come in Svizzera che per esempio anche un po' così come in Inghilterra che non si parla tutto dentro, tutto rimane dentro e basta. È vero che finalmente in Italia i bambini riescono a gestire un po' meglio questa emozione perché già da piccoli i genitori hanno questa forma di fare, proprio di parlare con loro e lasciarli esprimere quello che hanno dentro.
Giusto.
Ma quello è proprio dipendendo tanto dalle culture. Ma per ritornare su questo fatto del coronavirus adesso, è vero che cosa è successo con questi bambini che io dovevo seguire, che hanno già delle difficoltà emozionali di base, questa situazione è stata proprio difficile per loro. Perché non capivano cosa succedeva.
So the audience understands. Paola deals with not dyslexic, but what kind of the children have?
Yes, children with a lot of difficulties, a lot
learning difficulties.
Yeah, learning difficulties, but also emotional difficulties. Because if you have an emotional difficulty, you can't learn very well. It's a basement, if I can say. So, yeah. So yes, exactly. The problem for these children with this new situation was really difficult because they can't understand the situation very well. Because one day they should to stay at home and they understand why, and they want to see the friends. They can't, and so it was really important for them because twice a week or it depends the children's, but I made always the Zoom with them, always the webcam, and it was moments very important for them because we speak about all these emotions, all the feelings, to being at home, to stay close at home, because it's exactly what you say, Tatiana. The teachers give a lot of homeworks, a lot of things to do. I think to be well themselves, in the teacher. Exactly. But the children didn't. It wasn't the moment to learn mathematics, grammatics, or
no. It's too much. It's too much for us. Imagine it's too much for us, and imagine with the kids. So leave it alone. Leave them to like feel the emotion with everything, and
exactly.
Forget about the grades. No, we don't need grades at this time.
Christina, what kind of homework are you giving to these adults?
Go meditate. Get to journal.
Meditation, right?
Meditation, journaling. Eye contact with a loved one. Being out in nature.
Right now, all of you.
Yeah, we all got it.
And Christine,
all of you.
I think in Christina so many, love. She's talking about love always since we talk, those days. So this is important because we have to say to the others, to our loved ones, that we love it, we care about them, and we needed to listen sometimes, Marco. And I wanted to thank you all our audience. They are like very paying attention on our show. So Rosario,
they're being emotional too.
Yeah, so Rosario from Spain, Judy Puello Carazo from Miami, and then Zamora Frelas to say hello. So they are always look at us like
you can cry today. You can cry today. We can cry together. Okay, people.
You know what? I want to tell you something that I said Christina before. I was reading in Spain that after this pandemic situation, there's gonna be a baby boom without a family, because we're dealing with time at home, but then in the reality, the father and the mother is gonna be separate. What do you think about that?
I don't know.
I think new life is beautiful, and it's a new opportunity to bring into the world, and it's a good opportunity to also try to do things differently. Let's not go with the status quo. Instead of first off is like, well, look at you two, the two people who've come into the family and see, and there's so many relational work out there. There's so many tools and resources that have been developed for us over the past 20, 30 years. Of studies of love, of books on love, of books on relationship. Our educational curriculum doesn't support how to have a more fulfilling relationship. We don't teach communication, and maybe Paola, maybe there's some advancement happening in Switzerland that I'd love to hear about. But for the most part, they're not in my school. They don't even. We have an intern. She's 20. And I asked her about sex ed, or relational program, and she said nothing. She said when she was in 9th grade, which is around 14 years old, there was 1 month that they taught them about sex, but she said the teacher was really uneasy about it and wanted to get through it. And other than that, that was the only thing that was mentioned about relationships. So first off, I think is to, I hope that people take it as like, hey, let me tune into what's happening in the world. This is really interesting. I feel like maybe we're not taught how to have happy, fulfilling lives. I should take this on myself, and maybe I can invite a partner into this experience with me and say, hey, let's practice. Let's study love together, whether we decide to be together, like to co-parent or be in the same household and parent.
Tatiana, you're gonna have to start doing this with Felipe, and you gotta let me know how it goes.
Yeah, but to gamify it, be like, let me gamify life, and
I love it,
and win, and use all the resources. If you want to send me an email, I'm happy to send you all types of books and courses, and there's been so many people who are so passionate.
I'm gonna have a stack of love books in my car, and I'll just give it to a girl here. Before we start anything, just read this book, then we can talk.
Podcasts, go into podcasts, and all you have to do with TED Talks. There's so many TED Talks on relationship, and start diving in. So I think it can be beautiful.
I gotta tell you this, and I'm sorry to interrupt, but a lot of the emotional intelligence I've learned today is from my kids, believe it or not. 100%. Before, for a long time, and I think we adults, we tend to disconnect from this emotional intelligence because we get so busy with work and our projects and our objectives that it gets to the point, especially in societies where all we do is work, that we don't care about emotions.
It's with maybe protection also, I think, for the adults. I think it's a protection to disconnect of the emotion.
And today I have a boy and I have girls, and these kids are teaching me really how to be more in tune with my emotions. Like before I was like, where are you crying? I grew up in an environment that if you cry, you're not a man. Right?
One quick question, Marco. You had a boy and then a girl. The studies have showed when a man gives birth to a daughter, that he actually...
I didn't give birth. I am not that magical.
Fair enough. When he has a daughter, that it's actually a different experience, and he is able to even become more emotionally connected to the outside world than he had the power to do before. Yeah. And did that experience change when you...
It has. No, for sure. I have learned to deal with people in different ways. I would say I'm a lot more intelligent emotionally today than I ever was 20 years ago.
Of course.
100%.
Parents always teach us something. The other day when we have a party here at home, my kids broke
that was good.
Una copa.
Glass. Una copa.
No, una copa.
Estamos en pedo.
Dice, yo fui, I'm sorry, I broke the copa. And then he was like this, and he broke another one. It's like, me too, I rompí la otra, mama, perdón. I broke one.
I should have broken one too.
And one of the guys come to me and say, oh, he's very honest. I love that. And it was like, I was thinking about how an adult can say that? It's like, it's normal. We have to be sincere each other. Why not? Hey, yo lo rompí, no pasa nada. Hey, rompí otra cosa, no pasa nada. So,
bueno, si rompo algo en mi casa, yo me tengo que quedar calladito, ¿eh? Porque ahí me dan
No, pero es la sociedad. Esa es la sociedad que transforma a la gente así. ¿Por qué tanto estar juzgados siempre? Está siempre juzgado. Al final, pues uno pues esconde todo para adentro y ahí vienen disfuncionamientos emocionales, claro.
O le mandáis a lavarse por ahí a la gente y estás bien también.
So, guys, I need to go to commercial break, but before I wanted to share the emotional. We're going to talk about the emotional intelligence after the commercial breaks, but think about the math and the science, or creativity and math or reading is as important. So we need to deal with those questions or dealing with that as
Tatiana, don't worry, I got the sub button. I can, everything you're saying is...
Necesito que digas esto, que tanto las matemáticas son tan importantes como la ciencia. La creatividad es tan importante como la razón o como la intuición. De eso vamos a hablar luego. Intuition versus reasons. Christina, after the commercial break.
Deep.
Okay?
We're deeping for sure.
Yeah.
Vamos
a little publicity.
Y ya volvemos aquí en Café con Soriano.
Genial, hasta luego.
CafeClub Radio. Escucha la mejor música solo por la radio más cargada de la red. CafeClub Radio. CafeClub Radio. CafeClub Radio. Escucha la mejor música solo por la radio más cargada de la red. CafeClub Radio. CafeClub Radio.
Inicio de espacio publicitario.
Remember, you can pre-order the EV Soriano motorcycle today. It will change your life completely. Go to Soriano and see our models to choose from and their relevant information. You can choose colors, rims, tires, and add features to your liking. Go to Soriano.eu. Engineering since 1920, and today you can ride the future together with Soriano Motorini.
En Soriano Group nos preocupamos de tus finanzas, con la capacidad que nos da la experiencia en cuentas de inversión, activos, bonos y fondos mutuos, seguros y anualidades, planes de jubilación, planes de educación, préstamos aquí en los Estados Unidos, cuentas en línea y móvil, seguridad en línea. Visítanos en sorianogroup.com o escríbenos a nuestro mail corporate@sorianogroup.com. Recuerda, Soriano Group, eficaz, sencillo y seguro con tus inversiones.
Urban Commons. We are a hotel group well-renowned in the United States. We operate hotels as it needs to be done. We are currently part of the luxury collection for Marriott, also part of the Bonvoy Marriott in the United States. We own the historical, well-renowned ship, Queen Mary, out of California. Come join us at this hotel. It is an adventure.
Thks. Hoy en día, el único modo de viajar y ganar. Tecnología innovadora para los viajeros del mundo entero. Descarga el app el 15 de junio. Reserva y gana puntos de criptomoneda. Tu moneda digital global. 150 países, más de 10 millones de hoteles disponibles. Puedes reservar no solo el hotel, sino restaurantes, eventos deportivos, tours, espectáculos, coches, yates, clubes nocturnos y otro tipo de actividades. Thks.
Fin de espacio publicitario.
Llegó nuestro momento, siempre en sintonía donde sea que me encuentro. Con CafeClub lo más cool estás oyendo. No me escuchas porque somos como tú, somos CafeClub. Latinoamérica unida en un solo aroma de café. Estamos junto a ti, donde sea que tú estés. Sabemos quién eres tú, porque todos somos Café Club.
Tienen que venir, las voy a traer a Miami. I'm gonna bring you guys to Miami, both of you, one day.
Okay, yeah.
Bloggers.
We can invade Tatiana's house.
Yeah, we talk about always welcome to my home. I love it. I love to have my friends here. Good food.
I'm coming.
Please. But now, today, I wanted to talk about emotion versus creativity. How do you deal with that two feelings and the brain? How combining the brain? Christina.
The right side versus the left side is what she's asking.
The creativity and the reason, or intuition and reason.
Yeah, well, I think that the systems, they all work together. So, you have your head, your heart, your gut. Like we're so aligned. You don't hear them talk about the chakras, but if you break them down to 3: head, heart, gut, and that it's not the head is beautiful. Sometimes you hear get out of your head and into your heart, and actually they're all working together. And there's a place, a lot of we tend to, as human beings, over intellectualize things, and there's an opportunity to drop more into a feeling space. I think if we were able to feel our way, through life, we would be guided. We can be guided from that system. Tatiana, I know you and I, before we stepped into this conversation, we were talking about walking into a room and feeling as though something feels off, and actually then playing. So then starting to strengthen your intuition around that. Well, something feels off. So getting to curious about that. And if it, depending on, is it showing you to hey, maybe this environment isn't, we have discernment, of course, is this environment maybe isn't the right environment for me to be in and I should exit. Or maybe there's something, I'm feeling uncomfortable, but maybe there's something here that I'm supposed to discover. So
like a woman's intuition, because I don't feel like that when I walk into a room. I just go, this is not in order. It needs to be clean.
Well, it takes practice. So we're spiritual beings having a human experience. And we're spiritual beings having a human experience. Some of us, are born similar to how some people are born and they can play basketball, naturally, or they're gifted musicians. There's others of us who are born and we have sensory gifts. But similar to all those skills, they can be learned. And so when you actually take a moment to say, instead of in the over intellectualizing and being in that doing state of hey, I'm going to pause and feel into this moment, then you get to play with those feelings. I also like to call it a yes and as opposed to verse. One versus the other, it's a thinking and feeling. And so to be in alignment of those and be in the practice of those, this is interesting. You say, because of what you're saying, so that's thinking, you say this, and I feel this. I feel sad when you say that. I feel angry when you say that. Oh my God, that makes me feel so excited. I feel excitement. When you
all right. So you're saying you feel angry, but you're not acting anger. You're just saying it.
Well, in the moment, I'm not acting, but I think to naming the feelings that you have, and I think you should name the real feelings that you're having, not naming. Yeah, I wasn't.
But I'm saying, sometimes if you see me doing something, you'll know this guy's angry, or this guy's happy. But I don't have to say anything. It's just
Marco, when you feel it, when you
behavior.
Like a place and you feel that are you comfortable with that? You feel it. That's the intuition. Why you choose a business or another one? Why you choose a friend or another one? You know.
I'll tell you something I developed that it's like I've become like a lie detector. So when I talk to people in business and they're FOS, just to not say the word, I get stomach aches. I get a stomach ache. Like if people are FOS, I get a stomach ache and I say, okay, that's it. That's the sign. I got to walk away. And it's not that I have a problem with me. It's just my intuition, my gut feeling, right? What we call a gut feeling. But I literally get sick to the stomach. So this is something I have been listening to more when I deal with global business, just so that I can avoid the BS, right? Paola, what about you? The Marazzi way, what is it? Come back, Costa Este.
The Marazzi way. I think we are always dealing about our mind and our emotion. It's something we are always in this deal. Yes, in this battle, exactly. I think it's really important. The first thing is to hear our inside, to hear our emotions, because for me, it's very subjective, but for me, it's the truth. You have your emotion, and then you can think about how to do with your reason. But the first thing is that you feel, because it's normally right. So yes.
La vérité.
La vérité est dans le cœur.
Après l'amour. Y après l'amour.
Paola, yo quiero preguntarte una cosa. Paola is a musician too, so you play an instrument. Tell me about that, the science versus the creativity in your education.
Okay.
Well, she's a great singer, but we've sang together before in Switzerland.
Yes, that's true. Karaoke, that's true. I remember that. So, yes, finally, it's something special, but music, it's really scientific too, because the bass and the el solfeo.
Está bien, puedes hablar en español, queda tranquilo.
Bueno, ok. Bueno, que el solfeo, la base del solfeo, al final son matemáticas. Entonces, estamos en una base que después vamos a realizar y a desarrollar con las emociones y con la creatividad. Entonces, está siempre todo interconectado, es lo que digo, que al final es una técnica, es una sabiduría, y después al final es ahí lo que vamos a hacer crecer gracias a las emociones y a lo que somos dentro. Pero claro, un músico o un artista tiene que estar muy conectado con lo que tiene dentro para poderlo transformar en algo de comunicable a los demás. Entonces,
entendido.
Sí. Entonces, bueno.
No, muy bien.
Sí.
Está bien,
entonces,
vale.
¿Qué te parece?
Que perdón que te estoy cortando, que estoy completamente de acuerdo. La música, yo soy músico además, lo sabes, ¿no?
Sí.
Guitarra, canto y todo, o sea, tampoco que voy a ver un concierto a 1000 personas, pero lo he hecho. Actually, Christina, you came to one of my concerts that I gave in New York City, right? One of the first ones.
No.
Yeah.
This surprised me every single day. I can't believe.
You didn't know this about me, Tatiana?
No. Why don't you see me in my home yesterday or on Saturday, Marco?
Christina, I know. I was being shy. There were too many people there that I didn't know. I don't know. But Christina is one of my very good friends, and she came to one of my concerts in New York City. I remember.
It was
fun.
So much, and it was a surprise. I didn't know it about him either. I was like, "What? You're performing there? There's a band?"
I keep it a secret. I don't like to over talk about things. And I'm the person that has to do it, and then that speaks for itself. Actions speak louder than words. I've always said that in my life. So What about you, Christina? I know you love music because you used to promote a lot of musicians and artists in New York City, right?
Uh-huh.
Tell us more about that part of your life, because that was interesting part.
That wasn't interesting. Yeah, I was in a relationship from 25 to 30 with an A&R in the music industry who signed, went out and scouted and signed musicians to the label. And during that period, I met so many phenomenal singer-songwriters and artists living in New York City who were, just so inclined, and I just get so excited about them, and I'm like, oh my gosh, your voice is so amazing. And so I'd want to go out and tell everyone, and then I'd come back to their shows and I would bring tons of people, and they would say to me, wow, you're better than my publicist. So I, when I left, throughout my 20s living in New York City, I would switch careers every 2 years and be like, what's next? And I had just left, I finally had made it to a 6-figure salary, and then was like, I'm going to go out on my own. And as I did, I picked up some side jobs. And that was one of the things that I had done.
Yeah, it was a fun time. I remember that was fun in your life. She took me to a concert once. This is a quick parenthesis, right? And the singer was the woman. I don't remember her name. I'm so bad at that. Top Gun. You remember the woman that sings the song, Take My Breath Away, whatever her name is. And you promoted her, and you invited me to that concert. Until I heard that song, I was like, whoa, I know her. Holy cow.
Who was that? That's going to be so interesting.
Was that blonde? She was a blonde woman from back in the day. She was the main singer of the track for Top Gun, the movie with Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
I don't know her name.
Because there's so many. I remember we had Zelma Davis from C&C Music Factory perform "Everybody Dance Now." Dun, dun, dun,
yeah.
Yeah.
Tatiana, que tiempos. Yeah, it was good.
And Los Angeles is very similar. There's stars running all around Los Angeles, musicians, and
yeah. Don't get me started. I don't even know where you went to LA, but that's another story.
I'm leaving. I'm actually leaving LA.
What? Where are you going now?
I'm going to go to Maryland for a month or two, and then I'm going to figure out where to move. I don't know. Maybe I'll end up in Colorado or Utah or Oregon or upstate New York City, or upstate New York.
Upstate New York City is no such a thing. That's like
not New York City. I'm not going to New York City. I think I'm just done with big cities for a period of time. Especially the world is changing, so I'm gonna go.
In those times that the people are thinking like you, Christina, most of the people wanted to go like in a small community, go to small cities, towns. That's where we have to deal with our community around, the shops, the friends, even the travel. If we're gonna travel, those days we have to go like by car, like Marco are traveling.
I drive and fly all the time. That's okay. As a statistical economic point, in the next 10 years and over the next 10 years in the U.S., 80% of the middle class will be living south of Mexico. It's already forecasted that it's happening. A lot of Americans, 80% of the middle class will be living outside of the U.S. Most of them are already buying properties so that they can retire and move, because we have a lot of retirees coming up and about. So that's happening. That's an statistical fact that we have been measuring. Wow. Imagine that. Paola, how about you? What is retirement going to be?
How could that be a fact? Wouldn't that be an estimate? How is an estimate a fact?
Because you can see everybody who's financing and buying properties right now for the last 5 years. So it's just a 2x, 3x of that, right? For the next 10 years.
Got it.
And technology is advancing, so we're connected no matter where you are. So why live in the US, pay an incredible amount of stupid taxes when you can be living in Belize or Costa Rica and pay no taxes, have a mansion, have your computer, and have a ball?
Yeah, get out of your apartment. Why live in an apartment?
Yeah, Paola, what's the matter with you? ¿Qué dices tú? ¿Qué vas a hacer ahí en Lausanne? Yo sé que te vas a comprar un piso, me dijiste, ¿no? ¿O ya no?
Yes, but I don't know. I'm not sure, because now with my new projects, I'm not sure, because with my new projects, I really like freedom, and I really love to travel.
I'm gonna share a picture of Paola. Let me share.
Yes, it's me. Yes, in a musical. Yeah, exactly. With my students.
Wow, I've never seen this one.
And this is freedom. This is freedom for Paola. Exactly. Freedom in Republic Dominican. Exactly.
Mamma
natural
mia.
space, about the air. We have to care about the world that we live in. We forget about that we are dealing with the pandemic now.
Yes.
I love it. I actually printed that one and I put it up on my wall. The hands like this.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
The point is that with Paola Elena Netwell, I think maybe I can, because it's an online business, so I can travel, I can be in different countries. So maybe I don't want to just stay in one place, just in Switzerland. And a little bit like nomad. Exactly. A nomad, exactly. Yes, exactly. I'm a gypsy.
So gypsy girl.
Yes.
From your mom's side, no? Because your mom is from Spain and your dad is from Italy, and you live in Switzerland. So you speak like 5 languages?
Yes, but I'm global.
You're global. But I think you have a deep love with the Spanish. Even this business here, Arcoiris.
Yes, but you know, the mother has always a special place in the heart of the children, you know. So it's normal. It's normal that the Spanish part, I don't know, it's something for me very strong inside because I really feel Spanish, you know. I'm global, but it's something very hard inside with the culture, the people. I feel in my place there.
I know, she gets upset. If you call her Swiss, even though she's Swiss, she will not be happy about it.
Nah. It's the reason why I put arcoiris because yes,
the rainbow.
Okay. The rainbow.
This is the special. This is your
having fun with my.
I like that.
My students.
These are your students.
Yeah. Having fun with them. It was
because you're dealing with the emotions, and I think they develop another like sense that we doesn't have when we are like you know, equal. You know,
equal with the children. You say yes. I'm like this because you know, I have a part of children inside me. I'm like a Peter Pan, but in woman. so I really feel very near of all the children like this. We can communicate better. They feel good with me, and it's something I never be here and then the children here. No, I'm always with them.
Christina, what about your children?
My future children. Well,
your 30, 40-year-old children you're dealing with right now.
30, yeah. There's those children, my future children, and all the children of the world. So there's many, and we're all I tell my mom is 66 years old, and I ask her, she still feels like a child. She still feels like the same. We're just evolving with experience.
Like Benjamin Button. I got the same problem.
I want to share a couple of pictures of Christine here. She sent me. She's very relaxed here in this picture. And this is so fancy. I love it.
Wow, the star.
This one,
feminine weapon. That's feminine weapon right there.
Feminine weapon, we did a crowdfunding campaign, an Indiegogo campaign for feminine weapon in 2014. And during that time, I realized that people are so ingrained to give when we have weddings and babies and new homes. But when someone has a dream, my friends weren't just, giving money away. So I married myself. I went out and I got the F tattooed.
You did it. You did
it. Who needs men?
I purchased marryyourdreams.com and did my crowdfunding campaign for that. And I sold tickets to my wedding. And that picture that we saw was from my wedding.
Explain me about these pictures, Christine.
I love my friends get crazier and crazier as the years go around. I love it. I just love it.
This so pre-coronavirus, this is from Unleash. Unleash is a guided dance journey by Yadi Ixtefaro, and it's where people let go, be free, and it starts with breath work and getting into your body, and then she guides a dance experience that, we saw a big rise in the United States of ecstatic dance. It's like another form of an ecstatic dance, and it ends with musicians performing. And
what do you mean ecstatic dance? What do you mean ecstatic? Like you just don't move? You're static, or you?
No, it's static. Like it's ecstatic. So it's dance that is sometimes like with no shoes, so you don't have it's kind of like Daybreaker. Daybreaker did a lot of So you gotta show the moves of static dance, because I have no idea what you're talking about. Yes. Ecstatic dance. Like I'm just gonna free dance. I'm just gonna move my body.
I want to see what's going.
And be free in it, as opposed to being like, I'm gonna do choreography. I'm gonna do this. Like I'm gonna take my shoes off. This is from Unleash as well. Is that they're crawling around, acting like animals, like animal noises, and
it's like an acting. I think it's like an acting class, no?
This is very deep, girls. I love it.
We're dealing like
children. I want to say these are grown-ups playing like kids.
Beautiful, I love it.
Holy cow! Tatiana was doing that over the weekend.
Yeah, I have an accident. Look in my pool. Look at my leg here.
We're children.
She had too much fun. We had a lot of fun. We had.
¿Pero qué te pasó? ¿Qué hiciste?
I don't know. He gave me like a.
Fue el marido. Ese fue el marido que le.
With some mimosa and then red wine. I don't know. I was cleaning the pool after that, and I stepped on I don't know, in the water. I think I was levitating and I went down. I'm sorry. So crazy.
I missed that. I left the party before she fell down.
Marco es mi príncipe. Te lo tengo que dar. Es mi príncipe. No lo tenía cerca, pero mi amiga y yo decíamos, no, que queremos un príncipe así, pero ya tiene dueña.
Sí.
Translate what I say, Marco.
They call me their friends, my girlfriends. And they say I have an owner, which I don't know what that means, but yeah, my mother could be the one, but there's no ownership. I marry myself too, okay?
Oh, that's beautiful.
Me too.
That's it.
I love it.
Shit, I'm deep. I love it. All right, let's do a play of words. Let's do some game.
Yes. Okay. I'm gonna ask you a question and you have to answer it with 2 words.
In any language you want. 1 question, 2 words.
Paola, if you could go to a lunch with any historical person, who would you choose?
Historical.
Leonardo da Vinci.
Ma che Da Vinci? Mandiamolo a fango. Da Vinci.
No, Marco Antonio Soriano, no.
Ahora sí. I'm gonna be emotional now.
No.
Salvador
Dalí.
Christina, Dalí. That's beautiful. Christina, if money was not a problem, what would you give your partner?
If money wasn't a problem, what would I give my partner?
To your partner. You gotta find the partner first, I think.
Well, I think too is I.
That deep?
Blackout.
Because anything that I'm thinking doesn't cost money. Like I just give him love.
She gives a love. We don't want that. I love it. All right.
Save the kids.
The love. She gives the love. Okay, not love. The love.
Marco, do you consider yourself a lucky person?
Absolutely. Look at you all. This is my luck. You have all contributed to my life to be a better man. in some way or another. I'm very lucky.
Paola, if you wrote your own biography, what title would you give it?
Ooh.
Freedom.
¿Free what? ¿Cómo la llamarías? ¿Qué dices? Ahora te vamos a hablar de cañas ahí en España, tu familia, o en Italia. What would you call it?
¿Cómo? Libertad.
El libro.
Libertad. Libertad. Libertad.
Libertad. Es creativa. Vale. Christina, what have we got for her?
Would you like to cross an Atlantic Ocean by boat, Christina?
Yeah.
A banana boat.
Why?
For the adventure, for the experience. If there's an invitation that came to me, it was felt good, the right invitation. Yeah, let's go on an adventure.
All right, we're sailing to Maryland.
How many bars are there in your city, Marco?
How many what?
Bars.
Like what? Bars? It's a million, but I think I don't think they're open 100% yet. So my bar, my home, it's my bar. I drink at home. I like to bring people to my home. It's better, yeah. It's just.
So one question for all three of you. What have been the best party you ever been to?
Marazzi, mamma mia.
Mamma mia, Marco.
The best party.
Best party for me? Tomorrowland, Belgium. The best one.
Really? You tell me about that. Tomorrow Lounge, Belgium. This is supposed to be crazy,
It
right?
was something crazy. I love Ibiza a lot, but Tomorrowland.
All right.
Tomorrowland.
What
about you,
Christina? You, Christina?
Well, I'll have to, since you went there, I have to say Burning Man.
Oh yeah, Burning Man. It's my dream to go there. You did it?
Well, you can go now because it's online this year. Anyone?
That's great.
Online.
We'll do it. I haven't done it yet. I want to.
But
do
the
it
in-person Burning Man is like that's quite the experience, and it's days of party and 80,000 people in the desert together.
80,000, man. Yeah, it's not good for coronavirus. Not good.
No.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Tomorrowland was cancelled also this year.
Yeah.
So not Tomorrowland, but next year, of course.
Yeah. A bomba.
A tope.
Okay, Marco, and you?
You know what? I remember the days of, and maybe these girls know, it was called the Webster Hall in New York City. But I started going there when I was 16, and those parties, I mean, I saw Prince, Madonna performing there before they got crazy, before the one dies even. It was the best moment ever. 4 floors, each floor different music, different genre, and it was out of this world. So that was a long time ago. Today I go there, everything is loud. It's too loud for me. I gotta go. What's going on?
Yeah, because we became older and older. So,
yeah.
But we have John inside like a children's.
How about you, Tatiana? We need to know now you, because you got our number.
I think I have a lot of fun in my life since I was very, very kid. So I have a beautiful birthday parties all my life. But I think Ibiza for me is a very special place.
No me gusta Ibiza. No. Yeah. Tatiana was Miss Colombia, so she had to party really, really hard. Ibiza no.
No, I don't want Miss Colombia. We're like beauty pageants when I was young. I have to tell you. But yes, I party like big cities.
Like Miss Colombia would party.
Yeah, that's good. I party, but now if I party, look at my party. Oh my God, crazy.
You're fine.
Because I'm party one per year, so
you have to practice it.
Vamos a preguntarle para que manden un mensaje en la lengua que ellas quieran a la audiencia o a la gente que le está escuchando.
Exacto. Y con eso nos vamos a despedir, chicas.
All right. So let me translate this to Christina. You're gonna have a minute to send a message out to the audience in whatever language you choose, which I'm guessing is English. And let that message be whatever it is that you want to do. So let's start with Paola, por favor.
Bueno, por empezar, mando un beso enorme a mi familia que me está mirando toda. Así que a tope, besitos a todos de Roma, de España, de donde estéis. Os mando muchísimos besos. No, China no, ahí sí que no. Pero,
no, Wuhan.
Y si estaban, se fueron.
Venga.
Pero, y si no, pues a mis followers de Paola Elena Netwell, que sé que también me están siguiendo. Y bueno, pues no hemos hablado mucho del tema del wellness, pero estoy contenta que estén ahí y que bueno, que vamos a continuar a tope con los proyectos y con todo. Let's go.
Venga, gracias. Christina, your turn. Let me hit the sub button. Okay.
A message for the world. Get curious. Be curious. There's just as my outside has the weed cutters, but be curious and communicate. Ask lots of questions. Start practicing with those people around you, and start asking how they feel. Ask again, how do you really feel? Like, tell me more about your experiences. Like, use this time to get curious about yourself, get curious about those around you, and to get curious about the outside world. To be open-minded, to be willing to like see things differently and expand your perception, to practice having interesting conversations. Like, you can spend this time and you could go and watch like Netflix and movies and all the things, but like, if you really think about it, what we're really experiencing in the world is like, actually, we have all that we need right around us to live in drama. So you don't need to go explore it in elsewhere, explore it in the people around you. Yeah. And deepen with them. Take the time to step into relational practices, to read books, to learn new things, to learn about psychology and spirit, to like get in tuned with, like, we take that saying where we're spiritual beings having human experience. Get curious, what does that mean? And listen to other, like, again, stories, like narratives, find narratives that are of people that maybe are outside of your circle, and discover what's happening in their world. Because the only way, with awareness, you can shift anything. But so get curious so you can create deeper awareness.
A ver, Tatiana, dame tu sumario y manda el mensaje también a la gente, a tu people.
Audiencia, cuidar el cuerpo. Paola tiene su programa Wellness esperándonos. Por favor, a todos los vamos a compartir. Conectarse con Paola, conectarse con Christina. Sé creativo, sé curioso, mira el mundo, di que amas, sonríe, vive, disfruta, olvídate de las dramas y sonríe siempre.
Always smile.
Me encanta tu filosofía, Tatiana, me encanta.
Sí.
Yes. Marco, contigo nos vamos con tus palabras, que nos tenemos que ir. Ha sido un
mensaje.
Show. It has been a beautiful show, Christina and Paola. Thank you so much. And I wanted to, Marco, say something for our audience now.
All right, so we spoke in Spanish, a little Italian, a little English. I'm going to say it in Italian. A tutti questi che ci stanno guardando, perché ci siamo pure in Italia, vi mando un bacione, mi raccomando. Guarda, che amare una persona non è lo stesso se non capisce come amarsi a se stesso. Da lì cominciamo. Quindi con questo messaggio vi lascio. Baci a tutti. Thank you very much, my ladies, my friends.
Smile always.
Ciao.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Gracias a vosotros, Tatiana y Marco, por esta estupenda experiencia.
Venga, besos.
Adiós, Cristina.
Bisous.
Ciao, tschüss.
A tutti les, visa.
A tutti les, ciao, ciao.
CafeClub Radio. Escucha la mejor música solo por la radio más cargada de la red. CafeClub Radio. CafeClub Radio.
Inicio de espacio publicitario.
Remember, you can pre-order the EV Soriano motorcycle today. It will change your life completely. Go to Soriano and see our models to choose from and their relevant information. You can choose colors, rims, tires, and add features to your liking. Go to Soriano.eu. Engineering since 1920, and today you can ride the future together with Soriano Motorini.
En Soriano Group nos preocupamos de tus finanzas, con la capacidad que nos da la experiencia en cuentas de inversión, activos, bonos y fondos mutuos, seguros y anualidades, planes de jubilación, planes de educación, préstamos aquí en los Estados Unidos, cuentas en línea y móvil, seguridad en línea. Visítanos en sorianogroup.com o escríbenos a nuestro mail corporate@sorianogroup.com. Recuerda, Soriano Group, eficaz, sencillo y seguro con tus inversiones.
Urban Commons. We are a hotel group well-renowned in the United States. We operate hotels as it needs to be done. We are currently part of the Luxury Collection for Marriott, also part of the Bonvoy Marriott in the United States. We own the historical, well-renowned ship Queen Mary out of California. Come join us at this hotel. It is an adventure.
Thks. Hoy en día, el único modo de viajar y ganar. Tecnología innovadora para los viajeros del mundo entero. Descarga el app el 15 de junio. Reserva y gana puntos de criptomoneda. Tu moneda digital global. 150 países, más de 10 millones de hoteles disponibles. Puedes reservar no solo el hotel, sino restaurantes, eventos deportivos, tours, espectáculos, coches, yates, clubes nocturnos y otro tipo de actividades. Thks.
Fin de espacio publicitario.
Llegó nuestro momento, siempre en sintonía donde sea que me encuentro. Con CafeClub lo más cool estás oyendo. Nos escuchas porque somos como tú, somos CafeClub. Latinoamérica universo, el aroma de café. Estamos junto a ti, donde sea que tú estés. Sabemos quién eres tú, porque todos son CafeClub.
Saludos ciudadanos del mundo, este es un mensaje de Anonymous para los oyentes de CafeClub Radio. Pues si que han querido sabotear la página web y app, Anonymous advierte que tiene firmes pruebas de que CafeClub Radio seguirá sonando 24/7 por la www.cafeclubradio.com.